day 4. I'm really cheating, this is day 3, but it'll be on the day 4 video because we're down here by the Roosevelt Arch, and we're not going to come back here tomorrow. We're just going to stay up on top of the hill. It's like 3 miles to drive down this hill here, but the Roosevelt Arch right here, this is the big thing to do. And we're actually in Montana right here. Garner, I think is the name of the town. But yeah, Roosevelt Arch, there you go. It's got the cool doors. I'm gonna guess, I'll probably read up on it, but I'm gonna guess it's something with some kind of guard duty stuff for the military post that was on side. Oh, on top of the hill. Way up there. Whoa. I can just see guard duty here right now. There it is. And then the town starts right there, and the post is up on top of the hill though. Way up on top of the hill. Alright, so today we're just going to kind of walk around town, check it out. Well, day 4 we're going to walk around town, check it out. Don't mind me. Just go ahead.
He's about to come in your window.
Oh, Jesus.
Nope.
Houston, we have a problem.
I'm almost waiting until we're all across. Did you see it?
Alright, so we're in Mammoth Springs. We've seen the Roosevelt Tower Arch, the Roosevelt Arch. Drove through it yesterday. Came back out. So we're going to do the self-guided tour. So I want to say Fort Yellowstone was what it was called. So like 1866, Cav came out here, and the occupied display. I'll tell you, when we first read about it, I thought, nah, old wooden buildings, you know, I don't want to see that. But this is pretty nice layout they had here. So we're just going to kind of go through. I can tell you the visitor center right here used to be the bachelor's officer quarters. That was 1909 that this was done, and these are all stone buildings. So I won't go into every building, but I'll kind of, some of the highlights, at least to me from a military standpoint, you know, I'll bring that out. Obviously the officer quarters seems nicer than most, so anyway, but yeah, I think there's I don't know, 20 buildings, 18, 19, 20 buildings in this thing. So yep, but this nice looking setup, don't look like a bad post. I can tell you winters are going to be a little tough. But the summers look nice. Some of these are actually private residents. I don't know who's living in them, but this is the captain's quarters. 1909 was the captain's quarters, but it's a private residence today. Some of these I guess we can go in and some not. But and the next one coming up, field officer quarters. Wow, got a lot of names for officers, don't we? Captain's quarters, bachelor's officer, yeah, field officers, good lord. But it's a private residence as well, so interesting. Yeah, it could be staff because the Yellowstone National Park headquarters is up here, so it might be something like that. Could be, but I don't know for sure. So I can tell you this: building number 4 is a double officer quarters, 1891-ish, and it looks like private residence, and we got children in this quarter, so maybe it's a rental property, Airbnb. Just kidding. All right, so 4 of these buildings are double officer quarters, and looks like still private residence, but you can see it's a double house basically. But they're doing a lot of restoration to these buildings, and from what we've seen, it looks like staff is who lives in most of these for the Yellowstone National Park. So, I don't know if you can see it that well, but this is one being restored on the outside. They're doing work over there, but repainting. It's good that they're able to keep the history of Fort Yellowstone here. I'm calling it Fort Yellowstone. I've seen it listed like that on a board in the visitor center. So, but Mammoth Springs, you know, which they manned, I think I already said this, 1866-ish, something like that. And their initial job for the cav was to get rid of poachers that were out just killing buffalo all over the place. And then like 1872-ish, Yellowstone became a national park. First national park, they'll tell you that here. So yeah, that kind of helped things along too. So now I'm going to show you this building, which is getting a lot of help.
Still fly the flag on those buildings where they're working on.
You can see it there.
That is so cool.
That is the post headquarters building. This one right here.
Is it?
And then the next one down is the guardhouse. And like Moneypenny was just saying, it's kind of neat they keep the flag,
Yeah.
even when they're doing restoration on these things. You can see they moved the back part of these buildings. I think they were attached there back, and they're redoing the foundation. Looks like running water and who knows what else, but so they're definitely doing a lot to restore this place. This is nice. Fort Chapel was built in 1913. It's the last building that was built on the fort, and they still use it today. Interesting. Kind of like where we go, Grand Tetons. They have an old chapel building that they're still have services in today. All right, so we're not exactly positive because the map, there's streets on here that aren't on the map and vice versa. But it looks like this is the cavalry barracks for slowly enlisted folk. About 60 guys would be in there. It was built in 1891, this one, and they redid it in the 1980s. So, but right now, it mainly is office buildings, or offices for the National Park Service here at Yellowstone.
Yeah, don't listen.
All right, we're all screwed up here, but we're getting better. So this building that the carpenter shop in, because it makes sense as you look at it, that was the stables because cavalry had horses. And then I'm gonna guess this crazy looking weird building here is where they had what I thought was that building down there, which I don't know what that is. That must be a newer building. It's not on the map that I thought was where they put the 60 soldiers, because it looks like it's this building here on the map now. That is where the Cav soldiers were. We'll go to the front of this, see what it looks like. Alright, we're starting to figure this map out now. It's not as simple as you might think.
Nah.
So, the building that we're looking at now, which we were just walking up to, and it's a wood structure, so that makes better sense, is the cavalry enlisted folks. They put 60 folks in, and now they have office spaces in there. And I'm going to come up here and look at this little poster. Yep, this was it. A soldier's life. So that's
Troop barracks.
troop barracks. Thank you. Right here. That looks more like something they throw enlisted folk into. And then the post exchange. Oops, I'm sorry. Then the post exchange should be the next building. Let's go see.
There's the
So this is the post exchange. I don't know if I put it in, kept that video in, but post exchange for you non-military folk is, think of it as where you go in to buy your local goods like a Walmart or Target for a military post only. Nothing that fancy. It's a pretty big building, actually.
You know, like the columns they're all the plate.
Alright, so this is the biggest barracks, because that's the term we would use today for soldiers. They house 200 soldiers in there. This structure once housed 2 cavalry troops, 200 men. Largest building in Fort Yellowstone is known now as the park's administrative building. There, I read it that way. I know I got it right this time. All right, so this building, this is the mail carrier's cabin. And this crazy guy did a 100-mile round trip to Cook City, which is way east. The round, like I said, it's 50 miles there, 50 miles back. That's impressive. He was the first resident. The first guy was Alden Roseboro. That was the first mail carrier here. And this building they used for about 100 years as the mail carrier. Is that crazy or what? So this is all the way in the back of the fort. These buildings here. And they called this Soapsud Row. So something we read up on for this fort, they encouraged the enlisted not to get married, mainly because it didn't make much money and didn't have room for families. But so the other big thing, the officers made more money, and you've seen the officer quarters up there. So being you didn't make much money, the non-commissioned officers, this was their row, and the wives would take in laundry from the soldiers to help make a little extra money. So hence the name Soapsud Row. But that's gonna, I think we've just looked at all the buildings that we can. There's new buildings littered around the post here, so you kind of gotta in and out, and I'm sorry it was confusing, but hopefully the video wasn't too bad. But that's gonna wrap it up for Mammoth Springs, Fort Yellowstone, and actually for our 4 days in Yellowstone National Park. So appreciate everybody watching. If you like what you're seeing, would really appreciate a thumbs up and a subscription. But until the next video, everybody be safe.
Early sun and the biggest sky reefs hills that I have ever seen. These old stone walls and the ones they're holding, the only place I wanna be. Catch that light as it comes shining in your door. Catch those words as they go by. Catch that wave as it crashes over